But now we turn our attention to the NBA, where Game 6 of the Finals is tonight in Boston. We're going to play a game of over, under. Vince Carter, start us off. Over, under for Klay Thompson tonight, 20.5 points. What do you got?
Dan, I'm gonna say 20. I feel like we're gonna see game 6 Klay. He's gonna be hot, but for some reason I'm just saying 20, so I'm gonna say under.
Maybe a low-scoring game overall. Brian Windhorst, over, under for Jason Tatum, 3.5 turnovers in this game. Which way are you leaning?
Yeah, well, considering he just broke the all-time record for most turnovers in the history of a playoff run, I'm going to have to say over. It doesn't necessarily mean the Celtics are going to lose, but I think that would be the smart bet.
Well, it certainly won't help, that's for sure. Vince, 4.5 threes for Steph Curry tonight. Over or under?
I'm going to go under, Dan, once again. I think the Boston Celtics want to keep him under control and at wraps, and if they're going to lose, they're going to lose to the others, and I'd say under at 4 made threes.
Well, they lost to the others in Game 4, or in Game 5. Curry had 43 points in Game 4, just 16, though, in Game 5, and he didn't make a single three-pointer. Obviously, incredibly unusual for the all-time leader in that category. After that game, his teammate Draymond Green talked about how Steph would bounce back from his 0 for 9 performance from 3.
He's going to keep shooting, and we're going to keep doing all that we can to get him shooting. So he was 0 for 9 from 3. He's going to be livid going into Game 6, and that's exactly what we need.
All right, so Brian Windhorst, Vince Carter with us, as mentioned, to talk NBA. Brian, is that what you're expecting, a livid Steph Curry to come out and torch the Celtics tonight in a big bounce-back game?
There's so much respect for Steph, and he has inflicted so much damage to the Celtics in this series that I can tell you, in talking to both sides yesterday, it's not even a question of whether he's going to bounce back. It's just an assumption. And so I expect the Warriors to continue with their game plan, which is a lot of heavy Steph Curry pick and roll at the top of the key, letting him score on his own, create his own shot. It is incredible to watch what Steph has been able to do in this series. He is averaging 13.5 points unassisted. That is like Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar level. We were used to seeing it decades ago, players doing it in the post. Steph does it at the top of the key. I expect him to do it again tonight, and I don't know if it's going to lead to a win, but I would expect Steph Curry to be great again.
Vince, how do you size up what you've seen from Steph so far and what you expect tonight?
The word livid, I don't know. I think it's going to be super aggressive, and he's going to go out, like Wendy said, and they're going to allow him to go out and get his, and he's going to make plays and draw the attention. And regardless of if it's that drop coverage or one-on-one or he's double-teamed, he's going to make the right play. And I think an aggressive Steph Curry is going to open up opportunities for everyone because he's understand they're one game away for a lot of reasons, for things that he wants to accomplish, things that they want to accomplish, and doing it for some of the guys like Andrew Wiggins, who has been extremely solid for the Golden State Warriors. So, yes, he's going to come out and set the tone for the Golden State Warriors.
Brian, we were talking in the meeting earlier. You said you saw something different from Boston defensively against Steph in Game 5. Are they pretty much throwing everything they can at him and daring the other guys to beat them?
Yeah, they turned up their aggression level a little bit. They stepped more forward on him, picking him up. What's one of the reasons why he hoisted a couple of those 30-footers, because instead of trying to meet him at 23 feet, they were meeting him at 25 feet, so he shot from 30. That's kind of the counterbalance that Steph has. And I think they were pretty pleased with the way it all worked out. They know he's not going to go 0 of 9 every game. And look, Andrew Wiggins has arguably had 2 of the most important and impressive games of his career these last 2 games. And he has definitely had space created for him by the attention to Steph. And I am in agreement with Vince. If the Celtics are going to lose this series because Andrew Wiggins has 3 brilliant games in a row, they would rather go down like that than let Steph put another 40 spot on them in their home building.
Yeah, Wiggins, of course, been brilliant. We've talked a lot about Steph, but Vince, I mean, look, tonight's Game 6, right? Game 6, Klay. Are we expecting Klay Thompson to deliver one of those signature shooting performances tonight?
I do expect Klay to be in Game 6 Klay mode because for Klay, just think, all of the injuries, sitting there dreaming and wanting to get back to this opportunity, he's not going to let it slip. I believe in when he said, I can't wait to get back to Boston. Yeah, maybe it's a shot at Boston, but it's also he's one game away from all of what has gone with him as far as injuries are concerned, now getting that opportunity to make a splash, if you would, for his teammates and to make things easier for Steph, because we know they're going to put the attention on Steph to make others beat him. So why not Game 6 Klay?
Look, I mean, we look at this graphic right here. Slow start to the series, but he's picked it up here in the last 3 games. Brian, are you seeing good signs that encourage you about a potential big night for Klay?
Yeah, if you're a Warriors fan, you're getting kind of excited what you're seeing from Klay. He just really wasn't himself the first 2.5 games of this series. Game 5 was his best game. Hit a couple of huge shots in the second half of that game. And just this postseason, when the Warriors have been able to close out, both with the Grizzlies and then last round with the Mavericks, Klay scored over 30 points, shot over 50% in those closeout games. If the Warriors are going to win tonight, it's probably going to be because they get an excellent performance from Klay. And I have to say, the trend doesn't favor the Warriors here, not only because they're on the road, but in their first 3 road closeout games this postseason, they lost all 3 of them and gave up an average of 126 points. So they know they got to play better, and Klay knows he's got to be a big part of that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.